Okay, this video, it's today, I believe it's December 6th, 2023. This is a deluxe case, got a little scuff on it. I've been trying to buff that out, but I don't know. I'll probably make it worse. So combination is all zeros, same as my luggage, and all zeros. So obviously it's never been set. Still has a tag from Roxy Music where I got this from. They had it in a vault for basically 10 years. So they were like a boutique shop, like the guitarist shop. If they were moving or something, they gave me a good deal on it. But yeah, this is the guitar that everybody keeps questioning. They either don't think it's real or they just, for whatever reason, don't think it's worth it. Something's wrong with it. I sold it for too much. They said I was adding dime tax. Sold it for too little. They said it's probably broken. So I don't get it. I mean, this is gorgeous. I mean, I fell in love with the guitar. I never buy guitars this expensive. And frankly, I don't play it very much because one, it's big and pointy and heavy. And also, I'm afraid of messing it up. So flipping it over, it is set up crazy low right now. You can see here's the bridge. I mean, look how little tarnish is on this for 2007. I'm missing one stainless screw here, but these are not original. So anyone that wants the original, I'll put all originals. I do have a replacement. I just got a bad batch. I had a cross-threaded, stainless steel replacement one. And they're much better because you strip your wrench before you strip the things, and they don't corrode like those cheap black ones. Even the German ones corrode. I did not replace these with brass. I usually do that on my guitars, but anymore I kind of don't. But and I might have mixed the so you might have to get some gold USA, whatever. You can see a little tarnish on the gold. That's just what the patina that gold happens. So flip it over. So whammy bars in the pocket. So flip it over. You see one little dark spot there. That's called black limba, which is based in Korina. And flipping it over. I have this set up. I did not upgrade the block. That's the original block. This is how they made it. But there's like no chips on the points. That's a reflection. That's not a chip. There again, you'll see a little bit of black limba. I will show you the one thing that scares people away. But I worked with, I'm good friends with Clyde that does timeless guitars. I think he's kind of retiring now. There's the serial if anyone wants to look it up. I couldn't get any information from Dean besides, yes, they made it. That's the year, that's the month, and that's the 440th guitar they made that year. It's also the year that I believe Dean left them for whatever reason. Sorry, this is really snug in this case. So we'll show you one thing. So this is also why I'm a little bit hesitant to ship this in the cold. So if you look, that is a stress crack on the poly. And the poly coat, as you can see how shiny this is, probably because it's Korina. I mean, this is the thickest poly coat I have on any of my guitars. So yeah, somewhere in shipping from Chicago to here, we think it got a little stressed. They did ship it with string tension on, which I've been convinced it's not the best because I had no issues with guitars that were set with no string tension. And there's a crack on their side. This is a knot. This is super cool. I buy pieces of wood to make like guitars I make. I made like a Telecaster out of roundy wood. They have like holes in it. But that's what they call black limba. It's the black streaks. But this is, from what I can tell, I mean, it's a slab of Korina. And I think Eddie Carlino, he's in Boston. He does all the Kiss guitars. He mentioned he thinks this is his stuff because they made a whole bunch of Korina. He sources wood for Dean USA, and but yeah, it's just a stress crack, and you can't really see, but the neck joint's not actually, it's not actually there where the crack is. It's like slightly off, but it extends a little bit into the fretboard. But like I said, it's the poly. It's not anything in the coat. So that might scare people off a little bit. But let me show this in the light. So I'll stand it up. And my studio's a mess. Just a lot of packaging. The floor needs sweeping. But yeah, so there's Sorry, product placement there for Ola. But yeah, it is a beautiful guitar. There's like no chip points because I just didn't play it because it was my pride and joy, and I didn't want to mess it up. And also, like I said, it's not like Korina. It is very substantial, but I'm trying to see the seams in there. I mean, it might be like 2 pieces. The neck now, we can probably look at the neck. Let's see how they make this. So from what I understand, the necks are, in the USA's are made with 3 pieces of wood construction. And that correlates to what we're seeing here, 3-piece. And then usually they do the wing tip wings with a 5th piece. But they do that on purpose, the USA builds, because the new India Time from Hells are like that. So I learned something from the group. But basically, Eddie Korina actually explained it too, that the India builds are USA CAD spec for the CNC machines. But yeah, it's a nice V-neck on this. You can't really tell. It's really hard to, I wish it was easier to tell. But yeah, this, you know, I mean, the neck is so solid. I mean, if I can convince you, I mean, so I work with Clyde from Timeless Guitars. He sells like 50s and 60s and 70s Gibsons. And you know, a lot of those are nitro. Which is very toxic and time consuming, and they shatter different. But I asked him about this when I got it, and I said, how much does this take off the value? And he says, not really anything. If it's a rare guitar, neck checking, you know, 50 years from now, that'll be so cool. People will talk about the guitar and be like, wow, this look at how it aged. But Poly, you know, it kind of doesn't really age that way. Like, he has those cool ones at Spider. You know, I just love that when somebody leaves a guitar in the sun, like Tony Iommi's like melted SG. So, like, no offense to anyone, but if you say that the weather doesn't affect guitars, it totally can, especially with wood this thick and a different neck joint. And it could have been pressure. You know, these, I don't know why people buy these, you know, these cases. I mean, the ABS cases are so much better. So, yeah, even if your guitar's in a case, you want to pack it in something else. But, yeah, the neck joints have flex. Poly does not. So that's all that happened. I mean, there's like, there's no repair. It's just the poly didn't stretch as much as the wood. And like I said, it's kind of a heavy. I've had some different Korina wood guitars from Dean. This one's very unique. So they did get some exotic stuff. And I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, fretboard's clean as ebony. Yeah, it's just really nice. Yeah, I realized I switched out the gold things, but that basically everything's original except that and the stainless steel. You know, replacement hardware. Not that it was rusted. It's just that's usually what happens with the sweat, and I think it looks cooler, the mixed metal. But I will include the original black ones, and I actually have a replacement stainless steel one. I got them from various sources, but a lot of the hot rodded Floyd Roses now have that standard. But I mean, that's just acoustically, it's tuned to like A. So I'm a doom kind of metal player, really down tuned. I'm sure Dime or somebody would have tuned down that. I think he's down to B, right? So you know, if he was still around, he'd probably be like playing a bass 6 by now, with like a triple whammy pedal or some shit. And, you know, anyway. But yeah, not even any scratches. I just don't get it. People don't believe it's real. They just don't know what they're getting here. But I don't play it. I need to make a room, and I just bought another guitar, and actually a whole bunch of other guitars. As you can see, there's baritone I made. These exotics I'm working on ever tuning them. That's a baritone, whatchamacallit, Strat, totally custom. It's got a Sustainiac. I put all that together. My rare Grateful Dead guitar, and then yeah, I got more. I got the India build, and I have more in cases, but I have a collection. I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is a prized piece. They're never gonna make one again unless Dime Hardware and Rita make one with whoever. But yeah, I keep it, but like I said, I'd rather somebody play it or hang it on a wall where they have room. I don't have room in my house to display guitars, and my wife will kill me. I'm only allowed to hang them in my studio. So anyway, that's about it. I was gonna put a newspaper clipping, like a hostage negotiation, because it feels like I'm being interrogated. Because people are like, you charge too much for this, and now they're like, well, it's too little. But I don't know. A lot of people are hurting for money too. So I know inflation's kicking people's butts, and some people have plenty of money. So it is what it is. But like I said, I'm not hurting. I am selling this for slightly over what I paid for it, but not much. I mean, these were about 5,000 when they came out new from the USA shop per Eddie Carlino, because he remembers. And there are at least 2 other ones. One has a broken horn, and another one had all this pick wear because somebody really played the crap out of it. And they're gold pickups, and the gold was just super tarnished. So these are the original saddles. So you can see. There's not been anybody sweating all over this. Hasn't been hung up in humid, stuff. And yeah, I do have. I mean, it's decent tension with these B, but I know how to set these Floyds up. I've done a million of them. But I kind of like the here it goes out of tune a little bit. So actually, I'm gonna reset this up to normal. Same. Just the way really low strings work on Floyd. It does go a little sharp and then goes back down. It's kind of like that sleep sound, but I don't like it. So that's why I've now been using Evertunes for my down-tuned guitars. They just have a different, they compensate. They don't go sharp. So you can get really sludgy with that. Yeah. And if anyone's interested in a custom baritone, I'm selling that. And I'm also selling my Sustainiac Strat. This one's actually really cool. Check that out. It's got a lithium power pack and a stone tone, and you charge your guitar. I do need to put a string tree, and then it's going up for sale. But it's a custom DC Kunkel neck, like no play on it at all. The 28s are just too much for my hands. But it's a reverse headstock Floyd Rose. And what else is interesting about that? I do have a white JB. This was sold to me as white, and it's cream, but it kind of looks cool with the guitar, so I'm just leaving it in. Or I have a blade one that could go in there. That's a 1984. That's like the most expensive Floyd I think you can get because it's got the brass tuners, and I think it comes with. Well, no, actually, it doesn't come with stainless steel. I retrofitted that with stainless steel. And but you can buy those brass ones and make ones look that, but they're a pain to get those out of the real ones. And this one is the more standard one. This one was for sale for a long time, but I had it like pending because I had to put a new bridge in there because I was like I don't know if it was Wilkinson's, but it snapped off. The metal broke, just cheap metal. But this one will probably be like $1,700. That's box elder. And it's dusty, but it was a lot more red. I think if you re-oil it, it'll pop out more red. I can't remember if this is cherry or walnut because I had 2. I actually have an extra body blank if somebody wants one. That's this wood. But yeah, no markings because these are not made to be copies. That actually has cheap tuners. Probably should fix that. This one has the Fender one. That's a made in Mexico body originally. It was a player guitar. But it's all been redone. I think the pickguard's original, that's about it. No, I think it came with a black pickguard, to be honest. And I had a few different necks, but then I finally decided to go baritone with it. And it's a monster. I just need a string tree. You need a dampener. Because the way the reverse headstock works, I actually had to do the staggering different. But it's just a long spot of strings to ring. So I never had a reverse headstock Floyd, so yeah, you got to dampen those somehow. It needs a guide bar, or some other dampening. I'll probably put something that looks better, like some like white foam in between there. I know people stuff foam in their cavities and stuff, but yeah, I don't know why I had the stone tone in here, but it's kind of pointless because I have the Sustainiac, and I purposely take this knob off because I always hit it when I'm playing. I hate where Strats put those. So this is actually not the volume. This is the on-off for the Sustainiac, and it actually is blend. So a lot of Sustainiacs you'll see 3 switches. I have 2. I think this one might be the on-off, and this is actually the volume for the guitar, because I always hit this one, and when I have a knob on it, I don't want to hit it. So I make sure this one's the volume, and can easily switch it, because this Sustainiac wiring is different. It's on the push-pull part. So anyway, when you turn this blends from the different harmonic modes. It works pretty good. But then, yeah, this is just normal tone. So I left the normal tone knob on there. But it's pretty cool. When you activate the Sustainiac, for anyone that doesn't know, it always moves it to the bridge pickup, because it basically inducts these strings with the signal from the bridge, and it has to be the separated ones. So it doesn't matter what this is on. As soon as you pull once you pull the knob, this is redundant, because it just goes to the Sustainiac circuit. So that's how those work. They actually pre-wired that pick guard. So yeah, you know what? Actually, that reminds me. I think I got the pick guard from them, because it came pre-wired, because it's a spaghetti mess, and there's different things. And actually, you have to be real careful when you take this on and off, because there's not a lot of room in there. I didn't reroute it or anything. Just the standard route in there. I had to jam all the components, but it all fits. You just have to be careful not to, to get all the wires into the pocket hole, the cavity. But yeah, otherwise it's a standard Strat body. There's no real dings or chips or anything. And actually, that reminds me, I have this one too. This one came with a damaged Evertune. Somebody already did this before me, and it had some chunks out of it, so I reliced it. It's in process. So I kind of got this cool, it was like a maroon or something, like a wine, but then I painted over it with some pink and blue, and then I wanted it to be white, and for some reason I added glitter, which kind of ruins it. So I think I'm going to paint over this, maybe with some stripes or something, or something, or repaint it black and then buff it back down. That would look pretty cool, just in all black, but then wear it away. Relican's a very specific, people think you're idiots or whatever, but I try to do it pretty good, and I try to do it how you would normally injure a guitar, So it looks like, then you drag it, you rough it up. I mean, the wear is, people make this look so fake, even on this, because this would be dirty. But anyway, it's my lesson in Relican. But this actually has an actual Fender 27-inch baritone neck. So that's a baritone Evertune. It's got a drop-in gain in there now. I don't think I'm going to give that away, because I don't have any more of those. Probably put something else in there that's cool. But like I said, this needs fixed. There's a comb piece in the back. I think somebody didn't know what they were doing, and they bent it when they replaced it. So I got to just get a new Evertune or replace that one part. But it's not even wired up right now. So this one's not going to be set for a while. And I might keep this one, because I find 27 inches are agreeable. In case you wonder if I'm a Diamond Man, obviously that's the Warhead cab, but I like the Stealth. But anyway, this is the guitar I'm posted for, but figured I'd make a long video. I could probably cut it up and use it for the other one. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, it's technically Korina, which is the same name as for Limbas, and that makes it black Limba if it has a streak. And if it's plain, it's not. And I'm gonna try one more time. That is definitely a join. I mean, it looks like it might be 2 ginormous pieces of Korina. I mean, it seems hard to believe. I mean, it's probably why it's so heavy, because it's it's a denser, huge piece. They made this out of 2 huge pieces, which is impressive. But I mean, for Korina, it's just got some beautiful grain on it. Yeah, everything works. It's got the speed knob.